The CCBP stands for the Cincinnati Cohort Biomarker Program. It's a new biomarker discovery program here in Cincinnati that's trying to find discrete biomarkers for neurodegenerative diseases.
Neurodegenerative disease is an umbrella term for a range of conditions which affect the neurons.
The more common among them are diseases that relate to memory, and the most common in that group will be Alzheimer's, and the most common among diseases that affect mobility is Parkinson's disease.
Basically, the brain and synapses start slowing their function.
The aim of the study is trying to find a subgroup of patients that share a common biomarker.
Hopefully, when that happens, we're going to be able to find certain traits or patterns, or actually find diseases for these symptoms.
At the moment, the best measure we have for a lot of these diseases are these improper clinical diagnostic tools that we have. The goal of the CCBP is to replace those clinical diagnostic tools with actual measurable biological signals.
And we want to identify each single disease subtype and ultimately to treat each single subtypes with different already available drugs and therapies.
Biomarkers are biological markers, that is, markers within our body, within our biology, that help us target something that we could be looking for.
It's a way to say that this is exactly what we're dealing with from a biological standpoint rather than a symptomatic standpoint.
Ideally, what we want is for each of these diseases to have their own unique biomarker so that we can track them and know whether or not one of the therapies that we're using is effective for each given patient.
This is a very important project that looks for a change of direction.
Will become the source of what we would call precision medicine. Other fields have done precision medicine. We in neurology have not.
So I think patients will get out of this program the understanding that they're contributing towards one day putting an end to these diseases.
And to get some personal experience to participate to a very unique and innovative study.
Apart from being able to help nowadays, hopefully in the future, they will get a better diagnosis and a better treatment.
I think they will get a great sense of fulfillment out of understanding that the work that they're putting forward and the time and energy that they're contributing to this effort is going towards a program that will have the best chance possible of putting an end to neurodegeneration altogether.
The University of Cincinnati is the right place for the CCBP for many reasons.
It's right in the middle of the heartland of the USA, in the Midwest. It's also got a good ethnically diverse population.
It has all the resources.
It is also an entity that supports research.
And it has a community heavily invested into advancing our knowledge about neurodegenerative diseases, as well as really bringing about therapies that are meaningful.
And it's got the right people in place, led by Dr. Espe, who's really helped champion this effort from the beginning.
The whole environment is very family-like. The whole university works as a whole unit. IT works very closely with our department works very closely with labs, and the whole body is one body.
And we want to do what's right, no matter how hard it is. And Cincinnati has really done tremendous efforts to doing exactly that, to doing what we need to do regardless of how hard it is.
The CCBP can really make a difference in neurodegenerative diseases because it has a unique approach to focus to target on these diseases.
In fact, we are going to collect data from different neurodegenerative diseases and not only from a specific disease.
Nowadays, we have a cluster of neurodegenerative diseases mixed into one bigger diagnosis, and we are using our different therapies trying to target that as a whole. The CCBP will allow us to separate this into smaller clusters of different diagnoses.
And that's what CCBP is ultimately about. It is a matching program of people to therapies that are already available, but only those that are most vulnerable to responding to those therapies we have would be the ones that we would aim at targeting in the future. That's the future that CCBP promises to launch, one small subtype at a time.